Well, they're smaller than your thumb, but the impact on the environment is huge. And when hummingbirds get hurt, treatment requires extreme precision.
Georgia Peck tells us about a new method that's changing how vet techs at LSU save the hummingbirds' lives.
In just a couple months, you'll start seeing these guys flying around from flowers to feeders in search of nectar. These small birds mean a lot to the ecosystem, pollinating hundreds of different native plants.
And often what happens with hummingbirds is because they're brought into areas where humans are, they run into windows, they get fractures that way, they get attacked by domestic pets, especially cats.
Director of the LSU Wildlife Hospital, Mark Mitchell, says they treat 20 to 40 hummingbirds here every year.
Well, I wear a surgical glove size 9, which is very big, and these birds are only 2 to 3 grams, so they're actually smaller than my thumb. So as you can imagine, when I have to palpate one of these animals, it's very challenging because of how small they are.
To identify near microscopic fractures in hummingbirds, vet techs use x-rays or radiographs. But sometimes those images aren't enough. But through a study, researchers at LSU discovered a new method.
A CT is basically a bunch of radiographs, and what it can do is, instead of only having 2 planes on the image, it can actually reconstruct a 3-dimensional image. And so just like in human medicine, CT scans are so valuable for injuries that are hard to diagnose on that radiograph.
By using CT scans, they're able to identify fractures faster and more accurately and get an injured hummingbird into a splint.
Us taking this extra step, if it helps us make that diagnosis, every single one of these animals is important to us. We think every person's important, we think every animal's important. We're working towards a common good.
Mitchell says hummingbirds face many challenges and threats, meaning it's even more important to find new ways to help them help us. Georgia Peck, WAFB 9 News.
By the way, it takes hummingbirds around 2 to 4 weeks to heal a bone fracture when properly splinted.